The following episode of Dad vs. Daughter was made possible by a contribution from Asmodee Digital. Hello and welcome to another episode of Digital Dad. Today we're going to take a look at the Isle of Skye app. Now you'll notice when we first go into the app, it has the different types of games that we can select. So let's just go ahead and select the local game to play against the AI. Now, after we select a game, the first thing we can do is we can set up which scoring tiles we want to use, or we can just go with a random setup. Now, if I'm playing an online game with a new player, I usually go with the suggested tiles that the physical game suggests. But if I'm just playing against the AI, then I always have it randomize the scoring tile. So I'm going to go ahead and tap continue. And you'll see that it has me as the first player. So I like to just kind of randomize it up. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw old Nuts McBolt there and Outlander there in a 3-player game. Tap continue. Now the first thing that happens on our turn is that we collect income. Now we'll get 5 gold from our castle each turn, and in future turns we'll get a gold for every whiskey barrel that is connected via roads back to our castle. Now you can check the scoring conditions that are located on the right hand side for the round simply by tapping on them to bring up the details. So you'll notice the round that we're in is highlighted, so it is A, so I tap that. And it says 5 VPs for the player with the most tiles with barrels of whiskey in their clan territory, and 2 VPs for the player with the second most tiles with barrels of whiskey. In a tie, each player receives the full 5 VPs, and 2 VPs are not awarded, and it goes on and on. So we can just tap that to make that go away. Next, we'll figure out which of our 3 tiles we want to discard back to the virtual bag, and we call that the chop in our gaming group. And we'll set the cost of the other 2 tiles. Now, notice on the left-hand side, when the AI has completed their turns, or if we're playing a multiplayer, it'll show the multiplayer icons there as well, then they'll have a check marks next to their avatar, and that means that they've already done their turn, and basically it's just waiting on us. So since we're kind of looking at that, you'll notice there's a number in gold next to their avatar, and that is the amount of gold that player currently has. The number in the small square shows the player's victory points. Also, the avatars are positioned in player turn order. So let me go ahead and set which ones I want to chop here. I can just simply tap on that tile. And then to set the price, I just tap on the plus or the down arrow to adjust the price. I'm just going to kind of leave it at that because I want to make sure that I have some money left over. Now, when we've set our chop tile and our prices, we'll tap the little arrow box in the bottom right-hand corner to continue the game. You'll notice the chop tiles were removed. Now it's time to buy tiles from other players, though we can pass if we don't want to purchase any. And if we want to buy a tile, we simply drag it from that player's area down to our empty slot. So given that we know that we want to have whiskey barrels, I think I want to buy let's see, which one would go the best? And which one is the cheapest? I'm going to take this one. I'll just drag it down to my spot there. And then when I'm done, I just go ahead and I hit that arrow box. Now you'll see that the computer is going ahead and taking their turn as well. So now we're ready to place our tiles. And any tiles that we price but were not purchased by other players are basically ours. However, the price we set for them is sent to the bank. So this represents gold coins you'd place on the tiles in a physical game. Grab that tile there. I think that's good enough. And we'll drag and place. Let's see. Yeah, that's good enough there. You can also dead-end roads as a legal placement. But remember, you have to have your roads connected back to your castle if you have any whiskey barrels that you want to get income from. And also notice at the top right-hand corner of the app, it tells you what you should be doing at this point. So you'll notice it says place your tiles on the map. So when you've placed your tiles where you want them, just tap the arrow box in the bottom right corner to continue the game. You'll see all the other players place their tiles, and then you'll notice that after this, the scoring round will occur. You'll see the little banners that are going to pop up there, and people are awarded their income. Now, any points that we scored during our turn appear at the bottom right side in that little gold box. And then you'll also notice that the player order on the left-hand side changed. So now we're ready to go on to the next round. So I'm just going to kind of play through this just real quick. Just checking to see what the scoring tile here is. It says 1 VP for every sheep and each cattle that is orthogonally or diagonally adjacent to a farm in a clan territory. Also 1 victory point for every sheep or cattle that is on that farm tile. So I'll tap it and make it go away. So I want to keep sheep, and also keep in mind the scoring tiles that you've already come across previously. So I think I'll axe that one, and let's set this one a little high. Let's set that one there, and go ahead and go to the next turn. So I don't have any farms in the map. I can't take the farm because that's a tile he had taken from somebody. So let's just go ahead and we're going to take, actually we're not going to take any because they all cost 3 and I don't have that money. So I actually have to pass, and I'll keep the 2 tiles that I had set the price on. We'll check the scoring tile. 1 VP for every sheep in the clan territory. I want to try to get this farm. So I'm going to place it kind of high. Don't really like any of the tiles that are being offered, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and pass. And you can see I can drag the screen around just by simply tapping the screen and moving it with my finger. Or I think I'm going to move that up there. And you can see that when the computer takes its turn, things move along pretty fast. Check the last scoring tile here. 1 VP for each tile in the clan territory that is connected to the castle via road. So we'll make sure we have our roads leading back to the castle. So let's chop that one. So you can see he priced one at 14, so he's really hoping nobody takes that one. I don't have any lighthouses. Oh, I got 1 lighthouse. I could get that one that's got the end of score or end of game scoring, but I think I'll take this one. And that's the only tile that I'm going to have left. All right, now we're moving on to the 5th round here. Everybody's getting their income. Okay, so we're scoring A, C, and D now. So I really like that one. Let's go ahead and chop that. I got a lot of money here. I'm going to make this one pretty expensive if anybody wants that one. And I think I'm going to make this one a little bit expensive too. Can't grab that one. I can grab that one for 7. Yeah, what the heck, I will take that one. So now I have actually 3 tiles I can place. So my clan territory is actually getting kind of big. So I'm not starting this last round with a whole lot of money here. But I think people are probably going to buy that one with the boats because I don't have a lot of boats. What does that do again? Oh, connected and then sheep. So I do want to make sure I keep that one. You know what? Let's just chop that one there. And let's hope that I can actually keep some. Yeah, I'm going to make that one cheap. So 6 to spend. And I think I'll just go ahead and take this one because it's got a gives me points per barrels. And your terrain does have to line up. I don't think I said that earlier. So I can dead end roads, but I have to match terrain. You know, let's just do it like this. And let's encapsulate that. So I got 19 points in that last round. That's not too bad. Then at the end of the game, you're also going to get a point for every 5 gold that you have. So you can see that I finished second by 1 point. The AI player at the bottom had 62, where I had 61. So this is kind of nice. It shows you how all the scoring happened through all the rounds of the game. So let's just go ahead and exit back to the main thing. So let's look at the other parts of the app. So starting with the top left, the first box you see is going to bring up your account information. And that's going to have your basically your profile, shows how many games you've won online that were ranked or just casual. The next is kind of your message area where you can do kind of little chatting. The third one shows you more games that you can actually buy. These are physical games. And then the last one here is for other apps that you can buy. Now going back over to the right hand side, that top button allows you to start a new game with and shows you the different types. So it's the same one that you always see. And then the next one shows you any of the games that we have in progress. The little hat one shows you the game's tutorial basically and the game's manual. The gear icon kind of shows you can set your language and your game speed and all that. And then finally the last button shows you the game's credits. So now that you've seen the app in action, let's get to what I think of it. So I really enjoy the physical game, and with the app, I can play, from the comfort of my living room, sitting in my easy chair. I can play against a computer. I can play against my friends. What I like most about this game, and this is not just the app, but I like the variable scoring tiles. So you're only using 4 in a game, and there are a good sized stack that comes with the physical game, and this the app has all of those as well. And just randomizing that, I think, is really good. With the solo play, I like the varying degrees of difficulty and the player counts that I can adjust. The multiplayer is good too, and I like the fact that it shows the check marks to show who has made their moves and who you're basically waiting on. Now, the game does have a couple of little glitches, and I've really noticed this with the multiplayer. As you can see here with the end of game scoring, this was a game that I played against my buddy Don, and there's a problem with the scoring there because you can see the AI player has -1 points. So that's not quite right. Also, sometimes during the game, just kind of randomly, the AI seems to clock when it's on their turn, and I've had it go on for actually a few minutes, so that's kind of a negative there. But that's really the only negative that I have. So that is Isle of Skye for iOS. Like I said, the app is a really good implementation of the game. The artwork looks great, and it's straight from the physical game. The animations are smooth. Playing online, while it's a bit buggy, is still definitely fun. So I do recommend this app if you like Isle of Skye, or if you like tiling games like Carcassonne and you're looking for something a little different. So we will catch you guys next time. If you would like to support us, you can visit patreon.com/dadvdaughter.
Like and follow us on Facebook to stay current on our show schedule, sneak peeks at future shows, and to interact with us.